Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done a Beatle Finds video, so here we go. Let's get right into it. A couple weeks ago, I was at one of the record stores I go to quite often, and I stumbled across this. This is a Beatles box set of four singles, and this was released on Record Store Day in 2012. I didn't pick it up when it came out, obviously, and I've seen it around a whole bunch. I've seen it on eBay. I've actually seen it in other record stores, brand new, but it's always like way too expensive for what it is, in my opinion. Obviously, the mixes are just the 2009 digital remasters that came out, which I have on record and CD and all that kind of stuff. So it was nothing sonically that I didn't have already. But you do get the 45s that are on heavy vinyl, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, long story short, I actually found this one in a record store, like I was saying, and it was used, but someone had like resealed it, is what I would call it. So it kind of looked like it was brand new, but it's in really good shape. But it is used. But as you can see here, it's this red box, and it's numbered on the back. Mine happens to be number 22,274. Seems quite high, but that's all right. But the box set itself is pretty cool. When you open it up, you get a little picture of the Beatles here, which it's actually kind of like, I don't know what you call it. It's like this like thick thing on the front here. So it's got like some dimension to it. Then the four singles, you get Ticket to Ride, backed with Yes It Is. And it's on the really cool capital swirl label, which I've always found to be just, every time I see it, it's just so 1960s to me. I love everything about it. If I could have like a really big cutout of it on my wall, I would totally do it because I just think it's so cool. Again, this is heavy vinyl. Then you get Yellow Submarine, Eleanor Rigby, which again is on the capital swirl label. I won't show it just because I already showed it to you. Then you get these two, and in my opinion, it's a little disappointing, but I get they were just reproducing what you got back in 1968. But it would have been cool if they would have created a new picture sleeve. But you get Hey Jude, backed with Revolution. I will say, something about this Hey Jude, I don't know if it's the pressing or what, there's a certain cello part on this during the fade out that all of a sudden just pops out at me that I'd never heard ever before. In fact, my girlfriend and I were listening to it, and we both thought the same thing. So I know it's on a different mix, but I'm sure it has to do something with the mastering and the pressing. So I did hear that, and it was really, honestly, for a Beatle nerd like me, and I'm sure a lot of you, it was just like really exciting to hear. So in a way, it kind of made just buying this whole set worth it. So if you have this, check that out. I don't remember exactly the time that it happens, but it's towards the middle to the end of the song, like almost like right before the big na parts. Cello part, it just like sticks out all of a sudden. Anyway. And then the last single you get Something, backed with Come Together. I haven't even listened to this one yet, so I don't know if there's anything special about it, but I doubt it. And then, kind of cool, you get a poster. I'll try to be pretty careful with this. It's a cool shot of the lads. Same one that's on the inside, same photo on the inside of the box. But I do like this poster a lot, but I don't think I'll be framing it. I'll just leave it in the box. It's kind of fun to check out. And then the box also, whoever had it before, they stuck in this thing that was on the back, little advert that was on the back originally of the box. And then I'm not going to take it out because it's such a hassle to take out and put back in, but there is a little insert there, a 45 insert, so you can play it on, like just a regular spindle if you wanted to, and it's got the Apple colors on there. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, like I said, I picked this up, and I got it for a really good price. I think I paid 25 bucks for this. So getting this used for 25 bucks to complete my collection, totally worth it. So yeah, this is the Beatle box set, singles. Put it right here. Okay, let's get to some we'll just stick to Beatles for now, and then I got some Paul McCartney records to show you as well. This one I picked up on eBay. It was one of those things like I was on eBay late at night, and there was a bunch of auctions that I saw from this one person's collection, and I bid on like a whole bunch of stuff. I think I bid on like maybe like close to like 10 things. He had a lot of really cool Beatle items. And I only won one item, and this is the one that I won, and I got it for $6, which is pretty awesome. And then I think shipping was only like $3 or something. So for like under $10, I got this Beatle record. This is from Thailand, so it's a Taiwan pressing. Unfortunately, it's in pretty rough shape. I just kind of got it more as just kind of a, I don't know, just to add to my collection, just another piece of the Beatle collection here. I mean, it's nothing special as far as this pressing. It's actually the same pressing for the U.S. pressings. It has the bell sound in the dead wax, and it has that like Phil and Ronnie Forever also in the dead wax. So nothing special there, but kind of cool to have this slightly different cover. And on the back, it's interesting because there's some lyrics for Let It Be and apparently Get Back, but it says Get Back, but the lyrics are actually for Don't Let Me Down. So that's kind of weird. Actual record is completely beaten up, and I didn't even try to play it on my turntable because there's like a really, really bad mark. Yeah, it's right on track 2 on Dig a Pony, and then there's also another bad mark going just through the whole side. So I haven't even listened to it. It's not worth it to me. It doesn't look so bad when you show it on the on my computer camera here, but trust me, it's bad. Anyway, but for $6, I was happy to add it to the collection. So there's Let It Be from Taiwan. Did I say Thailand? I think I did. Anyway, that's from Taiwan. Okay, moving on now. My last Beatle item I picked up. I got this just a couple days ago at a local record store out here. I didn't have this specific pressing. This is Yesterday and Today. And this is a stereo version, and this has the Gold Record Award thing on there, a little marker or whatever you call that, seal I suppose is what you call it. The interesting thing about this one, this has true stereo mixes of songs that originally on the original stereo pressing of the Capitol version, they were in like fake stereo, like I'm Only Sleeping, I think Every Bird Can Sing, and I think also Dr. Robert. Yeah, all the ones from Revolver. They were in fake stereo. This one, this is a later pressing. These are all in true stereo. So that's kind of cool to have. I really picked it up because the price was right, and the condition is really nice. So it's Capitol Rainbow label, which is always cool looking. There's side 2. And I listened to this a couple days ago. It sounds good. It sounds, just like all the other Capitol pressings. Pretty good. But I was happy to just add it to my Yesterday and Today collection. I think I now have about 5 different pressings of Yesterday and Today. Well, 6 if you include the butcher cover up there. But anyway, Yesterday and Today. Always good to have in the collection. Okay, now moving on to some Paul McCartney records. I'm sure a lot of you, actually I know a lot of you, I've seen your videos you posted, you also bought this. When Paul McCartney, just a couple weeks ago, decided to re-release, I think 4 albums from his back catalog. They were New, Chaos and Creation, which this one is, Thrillington, which is the Ram instrumental album, and then Wings Greatest. Of those 4, I wanted to get the Thrillington album and Chaos and Creation. Unfortunately, my record stores didn't have and still do not have the Thrillington album, even though they were supposed to get it in. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, they did have Chaos and Creation, which I was really happy about. In fact, this is the only one I was able to get my hands on. And I actually ended up going to Barnes & Noble to pick this up. My record stores actually didn't have it. I'm actually remembering now. So I picked it up at Barnes & Noble for a pretty good price. I think it was, under $25. And I must say, this has always been one of my favorite Paul Paul records of the modern stuff he's released. I love the mood of this album. I love that he got Nigel Godrich or Goodrich, I don't know how you say it exactly, but he's the famous producer who produced Beck and Radiohead. He produced this record, and he really brought out the best in Paul, in my opinion. Really a dark record, and just the sound quality of this, I will say too, is really, really great, this pressing. And I believe it was pressed in Germany. I think I saved the thing. Maybe I didn't, but I think it's a German pressing. I think they all were pressed in Germany, but there's the inner sleeve, which has got this weird, funky line drawing of Paul. And you get the song lyrics and who played what, which I always love to look at when listening. The actual record looks the same on side A and side B. This happens to be side B. And yeah, I just really like this record a whole lot. Some of my favorite songs on here are Friends to Go. I love Riding to Vanity Fair. Follow Me is great. Promise to You Girl is great. They're all just fantastic. Really, really good record. It also comes with a little cut, what do you call it? Insert here. And it's just some more line drawings of Paul's hands, I believe. Nothing on the back, but it's cool. It's always nice to have an insert. So that's Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. Really happy I picked that up. This next one, this is something that I was just amazed that I found. So my girlfriend and I were looking around at some antique stores because she was looking for something very specific. My computer just went to sleep. Let me unsleeve it. She was looking for something specific. I was just going along with her just to, spend time with her and have a nice outing. I was not going to buy anything at all. We were walking around this antique store, and in a box by itself, I saw this. And it looked to be in pretty good shape. A lot of times you find the McCartney album, and it's got a lot of ring wear and whatever. But it didn't look all that special. Just looked okay. I looked at the price. It said $12. Kept the tag on there. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good price. Let me see what condition the record's in. So I took it out, and I will say, when I took it out, it had one of those feelings of like it had never been removed before, ever, because it was so crisp. Just like this, by the way, as it's sticking out here. It was really crisp like this. I then took it out of here, and it is in pristine condition. It still had when you unseal a record and when it's in these type of bags, it still had those little particles from the actual sleeve still on it, like a little dust, but it had not been played, you could tell at all. No spindle marks, anything like that. So finding something like this, it's just in just perfect condition. I immediately bought it because why not? Took it home to listen to it, and it sounds great. Just so phenomenal. I'm just so happy I picked it up. It's now my go-to McCartney record for now until something else surpasses it. It just really sounds great. So I got it for $12. I can even prove it here with the old price tag. Can you see that? Maybe not. Maybe nope. I promise it says $12. Anyway, McCartney, always just a classic record. Okay, last but not least, I picked this up because again, this is an upgrade for me. I obviously had this record before. This is Wings at the Speed of Sound, and this was in its original shrink wrap, which I took off because the shrink wrap had some weird stains on it, like someone spilled something or whatever on it. So I didn't really feel like keeping that around in my collection, so I took it off. And this is just in really, really nice shape. I just said and I didn't know what else to say, but anyway, it's in really nice shape. So I took it out, and of course the record's in great shape too. Just an all-around upgrade for me, and always happy to do that. Side 2. And really a great album. I think it's one of Paul's albums, in my opinion, that kind of gets overlooked a lot. A lot of his solo records get overlooked, but I guess I'm calling Wings a solo record because it's not the Beatles. That's really my criteria there. But there's so many great songs in this album. I really like She's My Baby. That's a fantastic song. Must Do Something About It is a cool song that the drummer sings, Joe English. Warm and Beautiful is fantastic. Just a really, really solid album. And of course it has the huge hits, Silly Love Songs and Let 'Em In. There's the neighbor's dog barking, but that's okay. Hello, doggy. Anyway, Wings at the Speed of Sound. This one is just a classic album, and I was happy to upgrade my original copy with this much better one. Oh, and I have one more thing to show. Forgot about this. I ordered this book online, got it really cheap. It's used, but I recommend it highly. This is called The Beatles Off the Record, and it's written by Keith Badman, who has written some other Beatle books. I think he wrote another book I have. I'm looking at my bookshelf. Yeah, he wrote The Beatles Diary, Volume 2, After the Breakup. I have that one. And I think he also wrote... Did he write Beatles Gear? Nope. I'm wrong about that. Very wrong. Yep, never mind. But he did write this. And he wrote that other book I just mentioned. And it's a really fantastic book with a lot of quotes, a lot of interviews that I've never, ever seen before. That's hard to find. I know a lot of you know, like, a lot of the books, Beatle books that I read, it's like the same stuff, just rehashed over and over and over again, the same quotes. But this is fresh and new, and I really, really recommend it to any Beatle fan out there. It's cool, too, because he breaks down a lot of the, all the Beatle albums. Whatever new information he can find that they've talked about, each song, he breaks it down. So we'll have like Martha, My Dear, and Paul will talk about it, and John will say something about it. And it's all stuff I've never read before. So, highly recommend it. The Beatles, Off the Record. Check it out. It's also got a foreword by Hunter Davies, who of course wrote the Beatles' official biography, which is also a pretty good book. That's it. Anyway, I might be making a video this weekend of all of my Harry Nilsson records because I had a request for that on my Instagram, and I thought that was kind of a good idea to show off my Harry Nilsson record collection, so stay tuned for that. That's it for now, and keep collecting Beatles stuff, because I know I will, and I know you will too. Alright, until next time, see you later.